What's up, everybody? This is MMA RANT. I'm coming to y'all today with another video. But before I get started, I want to say thanks to all the subscribers. Thanks to everybody that's been leaving me comments. Thanks to everybody that's been hitting me with the thumbs up. And guess what? If you're listening right now, subscribe. Now on with the video. This video I'm posting right now is about Anthony "Rumble" Johnson having to defend himself against Jon Jones. And I don't mean in a fight, a physical fight, but a fight of he say, she say bullshit, okay? Basically, Jon Jones has came out and said, reportedly, that Anthony "Rumble" Johnson took the fight and then backed out of it. And it was going around like, damn, really? Why would he take the fight and then back out of it? And then you're hearing that he needed dental work in his mouth, and I'm just like, okay, you get offered a fight, and you have dental work that needs to be done for whatever reason, okay? Why say you're gonna take a fight and then don't take a fight? That's what I was wondering in the beginning, okay? But he's his own man, and he can make his own decisions. No one ever said whatever you say you're gonna do, you gotta commit to it and stick to it. It happens a lot of time in life, but in this situation, he didn't have to. And I was like, okay, cool with it, But then, because I actually remember this. I remember that, I remember when Anthony Johnson's manager posted on Twitter saying that he was going to take the fight. Because I remember doing a video on it, because I seen that damn post. BJ Penn, BJPenn.com shared the link and posted it as well. But then, after I posted my video on it, then I noticed that the posting was taken down. So there was some truth to that, and I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only person in the fucking world that's seen that post. And I believe there has been some reports and things on that incident happening. So if y'all don't fucking believe me or whatever, just do your research and find out about it, So somebody somewhere said something about him accepting the fight, and I seen the post for it, okay? So that did happen, okay? So then it came to find out that some news reporters was at his gym. They talked to one of the fighters there that he was very close with. And the fighter even said, hey, my homeboy Rumble is ready. He's ready for this fight, okay? So then everybody took that and ran with it, okay? So somebody else is saying he was ready for the fight, So you had two people saying he was ready for the fight. I believe the UFC called Anthony "Rumble" Johnson's managers and his team. I believe they probably said, hey, Rumble will take the fight, let me call him and see what's up with him. And I guarantee you that they probably talked to some people in his team, and they probably said, sure, we'll do it. And they probably weren't too familiar with him having to get his mouth taken care of, his dental surgery, okay? And that's what I'm calling it, a dental surgery, and you'll know why in a minute, okay? So Jon Jones is on the record. He's been on the reports, TV, interviews and things like that, saying, hey, I don't know what happened. Anthony Johnson took the fight, but then he backed out of it. So I know Anthony Johnson got word of that. And, Anthony Johnson, I got much mad love and respect for the dude on a fighting level and somewhat personal level. Because you do see these guys talk, you do see them in interviews. UFC do put a couple of little stints and shows together with these guys based on their lives. So you do get to know a little bit about these fighters. And from what I know about Anthony Johnson, to me, he seems like a straight up guy, So Anthony Johnson got word of this, and instead of hearing it from here, he say, she say, he posted on his daggone Instagram some videos about what happened. He basically cleared up the air and let everybody know, hey man, I never took the fight. I never agreed to the fight. He had to get 4 screws put in his mouth. He said he had the surgery done, and there was no way that he was going to be able to take the fight. He never agreed to taking the fight. He even said, hey, I don't owe this response to anybody but my fans, because they're the ones that, stand up for me. Some of my family and friends and the fans also has been hitting them up saying, hey, is that true? Have you agreed to a fight and then backed out of it? Because Jon Jones is straight putting you on blast right now. And that's basically what Jon Jones was doing, because if he wasn't, he wouldn't even fucking mention it. He would leave business to business. He wouldn't get on the air and talk about personal business. And to me, when you're behind closed doors or over the phone discussing money and contracts and business, that's personal. That's personal business between you and another man. You know, basically, if let's say one of my friends come over my house, one of my homeboys come over my house, it's just me and him there, and he's like, "Hey, bro, I'm having some rough times right now. You know, can you loan me a couple $100?" And I agree to loan him a couple $100. I'm not gonna go to one of our other friends' house party next week, and while everybody's there, talk about and explain how, hey, so-and-so came over my house last week. He needed some money. He was down and out, and I gave him the money. You know, you don't discuss personal business between, you know, a fraternity, a brotherhood, your homeboys, your friends. You just don't do that, you know? And with John Jones letting that out of the box, or supposedly, allegedly letting that out the box, because he did say it, you know, that wasn't guy code. It wasn't fraternity code to do shit like that. You know, when you handling business, you handling business. Okay, so he was trying to put him on blast. And in that video of Anthony Johnson, those 3 videos he posted on Instagram, he looked kind of frustrated. He looked kind of upset. He looked a little fired up. I think he was so fired up, I don't even think he was driving in that video, because he was probably pissed off about it. They were probably talking about the shit, and he probably was like, fuck it, I'm going to post this shit right now. And that's probably how the hell that shit happened. You know what I mean? But John Jones, you know, you got a lot of shit going on with you right now with Daniel bitch-ass DC Cormier. And then, last time I checked, you are taking on a legitimate person at UFC 197. A legitimate contender. A legitimate fighter, you know? So you better be strapped on and ready to go and focused on that fight. You know, because you talking about all that shit, to me, you sound like somebody that's tripping over shit that's behind you. And you know what I call people that trip over shit that's behind them? I call you a fucking fool. So right now, I'm a big time John Jones fan. I got much respect for the guy. But man, don't be going on air, like posting, talking about shit that you shouldn't be talking about. Talk about your fight. Talk about that bullshit that's going on with DC, because he's the only one that's entertaining that bullshit. And this whole scenario here, like I said before, Anthony Johnson basically went on Instagram and let everybody know. It almost reminds, this certain scenario reminds me almost of a situation like this. I guarantee you, if you took 10 people, lined them up, and you whispered in the very first person's ear something, and you told that person to whisper it in the next person's ear, and so forth and so forth. If that happened, I guarantee you, about time that message gets to the last person's ear being whispered, the message would be a totally different message. And I think that's what happened in this situation. Stuff was said, things were delivered, messages were delivered to different parties at different times, and I think the message got construed and mixed up and confused. At the end of the day, I think John Jones was fishing for some BS, and I think Anthony Johnson was telling the truth, and I think what he wanted was what should have been said and announced, and that's that. But y'all leave me comments, let me know what y'all think, and until next time,